My friends and I decided to take a weekend trip to a secluded cabin in the woods. It was supposed to be a fun getaway from our busy lives, just 4 of us. Me, my best friend Mark, and our girlfriends, Sarah and Emma. The cabin was charming, nestled deep in the forest, far from any signs of civilization. The first day was perfect, hiking, barbecuing, and laughing around the campfire. On the second night, things took a terrifying turn. Around midnight, we were sitting around the fire, sharing ghost stories. The mood was light until we heard it, a distant, eerie singing coming from the woods. It was a woman's voice, singing a haunting melody that sent chills down my spine. We exchanged uneasy glances, trying to laugh it off as some local playing a prank. But the singing grew louder and closer. Mark, always the brave one, decided to check it out. He grabbed a flashlight and headed towards the sound, despite our protests. We waited anxiously by the fire, the singing now a mere whisper in the trees. Minutes felt like hours, and Mark still hadn't returned. The forest was eerily silent. Just as we were about to go after him, the singing stopped abruptly. We called out for Mark, but there was no response. Panic set in, and we decided to head back to the cabin and call for help. As we approached the cabin, we saw Mark standing at the edge of the clearing, staring at us. Relief washed over us, but something was off. His face was blank, his eyes wide and unblinking. We called his name, but he didn't respond. He just stood there, unmoving. Sarah walked towards him, but I grabbed her arm, feeling a deep sense of dread. "Mark, come on. Let's go inside," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. He finally moved, slowly, almost mechanically, and followed us into the cabin. Inside, Mark was different. He wouldn't speak, just sat there, staring into space. We tried to snap him out of it, but it was like he was in a trance. Then, in the dead of night, he started to hum that same haunting melody we heard in the woods. It was unnerving, and I could see the fear in Sarah and Emma's eyes. We decided to leave first thing in the morning, but as dawn approached, Mark vanished. We searched the cabin and the surrounding woods, but he was nowhere to be found. Desperate, we packed our things and drove to the nearest town to call the authorities. The police organized a search party, but they never found Mark. He had simply disappeared. Weeks turned into months, and eventually, the search was called off. But the nightmare wasn't over for us. Sometimes, late at night, I hear that haunting melody. It follows me, echoing in the stillness, a chilling reminder of that night. I'll never forget the look on Mark's face or the eerie silence of the forest. The cabin in the woods, once a place of laughter and joy, had become a place of terror and loss. And I can't shake the feeling that whatever took Mark is still out there, waiting, singing its haunting melody.